attorney.
Okay, welcome back. Let's continue this crazy journey. Yeah, this got my save slots are such a mess. Right into the backstory. Great. Now is this Giselle's dad or is this Michelle's dad? And I was clarified, sorry for being dumb in the last part, and in the previous parts, constantly referring to them as English. The names are clearly French, so yeah, we're currently in France. Let me lower the volume a bit. There we go. For myself. I'm over here, Giselle. Uh, uh, okay. May I ask why you asked me here so late at night, Master? Oh, I just wanted to have a little chat. Care for some wine? Come closer and I'll pour you a glass. Actually, no, let me just... Yeah. I had this wine imported from up north. They use very hard water and like it rather tart, so it leaves quite the lasting impression on your tongue. And yet, it goes down so easily. You just can't seem to stop. What do you say? Have a sip? Or does your expertise as a trader allow you to evaluate a wine's quality without tasting it? No, but. Please, Giselle, don't trample all over my good graces. Very well then. I will have a sip, Master, but no more. Maybe should be a bit more confident of a voice. We just actually, yeah, it's a bit too loud. Yeah. Have you ever considered growing out your hair? Having longer hair made it difficult to do my job. Ooh, some lyrics. Or not sure. Very old sounding, yeah. Like through an old recording. You're not a merchant anymore, though. You deserve to look like the woman you truly are. I have no doubt longer hair would accentuate your natural beauty. Yeah, this guy is totally going after Giselle. Holy. It's a gorgeous shade of black, so deep a man could get lost in it for years. It would contrast the color of your skin fabulously. Highlight your eyes, your cheekbones, your nape, your shoulders, and your chest. Oh my god, my guy has every fetish. I should get going. Oh, but we're not done talking yet. Yeah, there we go. I would not want a lack of sleep to interfere with my ability to work tomorrow. Thank you very much for the wine. It was delicious. No need to be so cold-hearted now. From the moment I first laid eyes on you. Master? Oh my god, it's a full-on rape scene. That's enough fooling around for one night. Now, don't be afraid. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. I simply want to express my love. Let go of me. I only came here to work, nothing more. The first time I saw you, I thought it would be a tragic waste to leave you to wither away, working at some little street side shop. Stop! You can't tell me you didn't know a merchant girl had no place in a house like this, even as a servant. There's only one reason you would be allowed here. Yeah. No, I swear, it never even crossed my mind. I mean, that might be the case, but I don't know, this game has broken my trust issues, so maybe subconsciously or maybe secretly she was actually hoping for that. It would seem you're even more innocent than you look. But you figured it all out by now, haven't you? No, no, no! Let go of me! Stop this! Keep your voice down. Do not shout, Giselle. If anyone were to find out about this, you would be the one shouldering the consequences, not me. But you are a maid, and I'm the master of the house. Whose word do you think holds more weight? Don't worry, I won't do anything to hurt you. I promise your family will be exceptionally well taken care of. Only this guy. Your mother will have the comfortable life you wanted for her. It's interesting because, like, all Michelle has been talking about is how he hates her mother, his mother. But here, like, the dad is the real scumbag, the real dickhead. Holy. Is the mother even worse? Hello? Oh, sorry, I'm not sure if I read that. Yeah, your mother will have the comfortable life you wanted for her. But you know what will happen if you raise a fuss and make a fool of yourself. Not only will your family not get any of our money, and not only will your sister not get to marry, you'll all spend the rest of your lives on the streets. How could you be so cruel? This is blackmail. Blackmail? For a merchant's daughter, you don't know much about trade, do you? Then let me give you a little lesson about market value. Oh my god. You are worth so much less. We are the noble aristocrats. You should be subservient to us, and you should hold your value as less, your life as less valuable, or something. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Sure. Understand? Now, let me see that beautiful body of yours. He was an older man, so I hadn't expected him to be very strong. But I couldn't break free of his grip, and I found myself entirely at his mercy. Beneath the gaudy outfits lay a hungry beast, and I was seeing the creature's true colors for the first time that day. Also, a nice parallel. Well, not sure if nice is the word, good word to use here because of the context of the scene, but like this dialogue here, and that bedroom scene, and Giselle / the previously thought white-haired girl in a room with a man who is supposedly a beast, you know, making love. So like, yeah, that's door 2 parallels for you. For the first time that day. The aging man ran his disgusting, slobbery tongue across my exposed skin. Everything he placed his hands upon withered away. Oh. Every piece of flesh he pressed his lips against putrefied, rotted, decayed, rankled. I trembled in revulsion, at which the man laughed, seemingly interpreting it as something else. Yeah, people do get enjoyment out of the sickest things, you know. Yeah, poor girl. Yeah, no wonder she didn't want to bring this up ever. Holy. Like, you often see, well, not often, but relatively often you see this kind of stuff glorified in like doujins or hentai, but like, it's really sickening if you actually get to see a more graphic, realistic depiction of it, you know? Holy, right back into this, right from the get-go. Okay, game. Okay. I wondered what kind of place hell was. If hell's wardens only flayed and carved their prisoners, I would have preferred that instead. I would have rather been sliced into tiny little chunks and cast into the hellfire. I would have chosen eternal torment over being touched by this man for another second. But I didn't get to choose my hell. What a line. Yeah, and very true for many people. Holy. Oh boy, game, oh boy. Eventually, the man forced open the gates I had been holding fast and spread his festering death inside me. And very appropriately, I just now noticed red sheets. I mean, obviously they're just sheets, but you know what they symbolize. Well, not only blood or death, but, also loss of virginity and, rape and all that bad stuff. Listen to me, Giselle. It is in our best, it is in both of our best interests to keep this between the two of us. If you can do that, I'll continue to do good by you and your family. Oh, don't look at me like that, please. I'm thrilled to have you here in this house, Giselle. She has long since lost her mind, after all. Holy, are you insinuating that the mother is even worse, actually? Holy. It's torture just being in the same room. And my sons, they hardly ever come home. But you, Giselle, you give color to my dull life. You make it exciting once again. Now go on back to your room. I'll be waiting here at the same time next week. Holy. I couldn't escape from that man's grasp. Not when he used my family against me. Some weeks I would just not go to his chambers. My one feeble means of resistance. Oh boy. But when I did that, he would send another Abigail to come find me the next day. I couldn't ignore his summons when he got other people involved. And then, when the two of us were alone, the mask would come off, and he would discipline me for not showing up before taking care of his usual business. On good days, he would leave bruises in inconspicuous places, my abdomen, my inner thighs. But he went as far as carving a word into my skin with a knife. Harlot. That was why I was afraid of knives. Holy, and yeah, that makes the scene we just saw that much worse with Michelle holding the knife up to her. And also the wasn't she stabbed in door 2 ending too in the cellar? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh my god. And even door 1. That makes door 1 even worse. Oh my god, and even the previous talk about I would have rather preferred to have my skin peeled off. That's kind of what Nelly did. I mean, it was just the scalp. Just is a big quote in big quotations here, but yeah, it was the scalp. So yeah, you know, hair. Oh my god. That was why I was afraid of knives. That was why I was afraid of men shouting. Holy. I wasn't even sure what to regret anymore. I was in far too deep. There was no turning back the clock. I even considered taking my own life on more than one occasion. And I guess the reason why you got sent here is that you ultimately told the mother about this relationship, so you were banished here in order to not let it go public or something. But every time the thought crossed my mind, happy memories came with it. I hope not with the guy, not with Antonin. Back when it was just the 3 of us girls and the shop. Life may not have been easy, but it was never dull either. I didn't want to end my life at its absolute lowest point. I wanted, if just temporarily, to go back to the way things were back then. That objective was the only thing that allowed me to keep going. When I was in his presence, I tried to convince myself I was merely an object. Holy. I had no emotions, so he couldn't hurt me. I was merely a vessel, a construct of flesh and bones. Yeah. That also adds more to the Morgana reconstructing your body. His hands couldn't reach my heart, for it was not connected to my body. Yeah, you know it's true despair when you sever your entire mind from your body and experiences. Doing that made it a little easier to bear. But the reality was, it was impossible to completely sever my heart from my body. Yeah. Oh my god. Liddy. Maybe that's another maid or the mom. The mom, maybe. Also, literal sex dungeon. Holy. I'm just gonna assume it's the mother and give her a bit of a haughty voice. You are Giselle, aren't you? Yeah. One day, the mistress of the estate stopped me in the halls. She had supposedly once been quite beautiful, but now she was only haggard and bony. Her skin dry, her eyes sunken, her hair faded and stripped of its luster, her head down, her cracked lips barely moving as she spoke. Oh my god. You know, if anything, that is a description that makes one think of a witch like Morgana, but age didn't appear to be the only thing working its merciless magic on her either. There seemed to be something eating away at her from the inside too. Something that could burst at the lightest touch. So, because Michelle had been touching Giselle in this in door 5, I assumed that his curse wasn't the decay anymore, but like maybe it still is, but it's way less because, you know, the description of the mother. Yes, I am Giselle. Is there something I can do for you? The mistress rarely ever left her chambers. I had been told it had been years since she attended family supper. So, what would bring her to come looking for someone like me? Aren't you? What? I wasn't sure I wanted to know the answer. You're having relations with my husband, aren't you? You are, aren't you? Madam. You wretched creature. She was telling me the truth. One of my trusty maids caught a glimpse of you through a crack in the door. She saw you with him, you filthy rat. You seduced my husband. You devil. You conniving witch. You don't get it, do you? You don't realize how grievous your sin is, do you? Anyone, restrain this girl. She's a demon, a devil. Tie her up and hand her over to the clergy. No, that won't be enough. A witch, you have to burn her bones, scatter the ashes, or she'll just come back to life. Yes, execute her. Kill this woman, burn the witch, seize the piece she's stolen from me. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to do her voice. It's all over the place, but I feel like that's kind of fitting if she's truly this insane. Cursed. It's cursed. This house is cursed. Not only has it taken away my daughter, now it's trying to take away my husband. Oh God, please shine thy cleansing light upon this house. I knew it would be a waste of breath trying to talk to her. She was not of sound mind. There was madness in her eyes. I didn't even have to make a fuss about it. It happened all on its own. If there was no way around it, then I should have just done it myself after the first time. But, hard to know that kind of stuff. I didn't have the energy to argue with her, or to cry, or to shout. Before long, a crowd began to form around me and the sobbing mistress, and in it stood him. I assumed he would just stand back and watch, but much to my surprise, he stepped in with an embarrassed look on his face to try to settle his wife down and convince her not to have me executed. Okay. Maybe he did have a heart after all. No. Let's not go that far. It's he's having I mean, sure, he probably has attachment to you, so there's that. So it could be just due to that. But like, I feel like he very well could have ulterior motives. Like just trying to save you, so maybe later, at a later moment, he could just bang you again. But sure, most likely he also has attachment to you, so that could have some truth to it, but no, it's not out of the goodness of his heart. Never. No. Or maybe he just wanted to save face. Very possible too. Regardless, instead of being burned at the stake, it was decided that I would be sent away to some remote forest. One of the previous Bollinger family heads had purchased a mansion there long ago, but it had been abandoned because of the stories people told about it. They said a cursed witch dwelled in the house. She had returned to life after being executed, and now skulked about in the darkness. It was the perfect place to banish a sinner. And so, accused of adultery, I was in a carriage on my way out of the capital the next day. Yeah, and now we're pretty much at the beginning. Interesting background, though. I hope my mom and sister are all right. The two of them will believe in me, even if no one else does. The wooden wheels turned, carrying me away to that cursed mansion. Just a silent coachman and his single solid passenger. Looking out through the window, I could see the city walls slowly fading into the distance behind us. I doubted I would ever set foot in this land again. Ever cross the Grand Pond again, yeah. That probably would have tipped me off. I don't know. It was a saddening reality, but at the same time, I felt a surge of relief. Yeah, getting away from that man. And that household in general. I had finally escaped from that house. I had finally escaped from that man. This sense of freedom slightly lessened the weight of everything else I was feeling. Sure. Very misty, but also like as if we're looking through a stained glass window or something. There's also blood stain marks here. The moon. Sorry, I was just looking at that. If those are moon patterns, I would recognize. I was like, wait, is that the Earth? But no. A good while after we left the capital, the coachman handed me a letter. On the sheet of parchment was a rather startling revelation about the existence of a son living inside the house. Yeah. There was someone else already living at the house where I was to reside. The Bollingers' youngest child. But the letter didn't say why he had been sent to the cursed mansion, only that he was there. Beyond that, the letter only made a single request. That I look after him and not ask any questions. Oh boy. So, I'm not just being sent off to the middle of nowhere. I still have work to do. If I look after whoever's at the mansion, then they will do the same for my family? Who knows? It's that deal is kind of nebulous right now. It's hard to know if Antonin still will honor that part of the deal. I don't have much say in the matter either way, I suppose. The carriage rattled and shook as it traversed the stony path, and bouncing around inside it, I resolved to take back my life. The peace I had once known, the cheerfulness I had lost, and to do so, I would forget. Lock away my memories. Bury every terrible thing that had happened to me. Cast aside those memories and find my smile once more. I have no idea who I'm going to find there, but they couldn't possibly do anything worse to me. Oh my god. This game loves its tragedies, so like... I feel like Michel is gonna go down a path even more horrible than his dad. Oh my god. I mean, we can always hope, but probably not. I'll read them with a smile and do my best to build up a decent relationship with them. I figured, since the both of us had been banished to the same cursed mansion, there would probably be other things we had in common. Welp, about that. And so, I would forget it all and get my life back. Get my smile back. Oh my god. And that was everything that led up to me arriving at the mansion. All the wounds I never wanted to open again. Yeah. Holy. Hmm. Okay. I didn't want to think about that. I've been trying so hard to forget about it. Hmm. I wanted to forget all about it. So why? Why did you have to make me remember? All I all I did was believe that we could make things work. Why? How could you? God, I can't take this anymore. Once the memories had broken free, they all flooded back with perfect clarity. Exactly how he ran his hands across me. Exactly where he hit me, where he cut me. Like I was going through it again, this very moment. Holy. The rain was cooling me down on the outside, but so much nauseating heat had built up in my gut. I vomited all over the ground. I threw up and I threw up and I threw up until there was nothing left but bile. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And when I had nothing left to expel, the strength evacuated from my knees and I collapsed. Oh my god. Oh. Someone give this girl something to work with. Holy. Ugh. I didn't know if everything was blurry because of the rain, or because my eyes had decided they were done looking at anything. The whole world twisted before me. Ah, Michelle's no different. My attempts to get close to him, to always keep a smile on, it was all a waste. The look in his eyes was terrifying. Like he didn't believe in anything at all. Yeah. My god. So he probably wouldn't have believed me if I had told him the truth. Yeah. The question is, will Michelle run after you, or will you just meet an unfortunate end by, some random villagers accusing of you being witch and stabbing you or something? I don't know. If he's convinced I have an ulterior motive, there's probably no changing his mind. Yeah. Such a cold rain. If I lie down here and go to sleep, you could die of hypothermia, yeah. I wonder if all the warmth will eventually drain from my body. And then I'll decompose and become part of the earth. I don't know. Also, to make a quick prediction, this would be a very appropriate place to have Morgana appear before her. A mystical dead forest, raining, thundering. She at her lowest point. But we'll see where this goes. Honestly, I have no idea. You know, that might actually be nice. I'd like that. I always thought I didn't want to die. That I wanted to go back to the way things were. But who cares anymore? I did my best after all, and that still got me nowhere. Cheerful Giselle. That was all just a farce. And when I'm dead, all my worry for my mom and sister will fade away with me. Oh God, I doubt you have a place for me on high. I am, after all, an unclean woman, and I've given up on living altogether. But even if I can't get into heaven, that's okay. I want release. Yeah, calling out to God. This would be a perfect moment for Morgana to appear, but we'll see. The rain pitter-pattered down through the leaves overhead, chilling my skin. The cold spread through my flesh and into my bones, my heart, and lungs and stomach, freezing me like a block of ice. Ooh, it could. Yeah. My consciousness drifted away from me, and the world slipped through my fingers. Yeah, it's getting darker. More than fear, I felt relief. Will she just die out there? Or will someone come pick her up? Maybe the guy Michelle talked to. Or maybe Michelle himself, I don't know. Utter black. And that, I was sure, was the end of me. Are we done? Is that a fin? Is that a finito? No? I'm gonna give her a bit of a... Yeah, keep the normal voice I had her for her here because she's older here. And that, I was sure, was the end of me. Ah, I am, even now. Oh. Hello? The maid? You? Yes? I was sure was the end of me, and even now, putting her... Huh? Hello? I am, even now, putting her through a harrowing experience. Speaking... Oh, maybe this is just maybe that was the last... Yeah, that was just her speaking and we are on a different POV. I guess this is Michelle then. I am, even now, putting her through a harrowing experience, digging up the memories she locked away, the past she wanted to pretend never happened, and laying it all out before her once more. But I must get her back to who she once was, even if it means forcing her to endure this. Yeah, how do we go from, like, Michelle is clearly searching for her and, like, wanting to get her back, as if he loves her. Like, how do we go from that scene we just saw in Indoor 5 where she thought she was gonna die? How do we go from that and Michelle fully hating her to this situation here in present? She must remember everything, because I need to know. Why did she become the maid? And what secrets does this house hold? Okay. You're Michelle. Yes, my name is Michelle. I am not the white-haired girl. The person you were searching for was the man who once hurt you deeply. Me. Uh, why? Ah, what was her why referring to? Why I hurt her? Or why I'm here? Or perhaps why I didn't show up until now? Not having an answer for her, I clench her cold hands in mine. I wonder, were her hands this cold that night too? Oh, yeah. This game just keeps like, yeah, that's the reason why she's like that. Nope. We have a new reason. No, that's the reason, and that's the reason. It always just works. Yeah, it just works. She's cold to the touch because that might have been how she died. Cold in the wet ground, in a pool of her own vomit. There's still more we need to see, though. And it's still too soon for me to apologize. Okay, so not because of love, but because you want to know the truth and you want to apologize, yeah. Regret. When she's gotten everything back, only then can I. Only once she's reclaimed herself, that is when I must tell her. Now, let us return to our past. Our story has only just begun. No matter what we thought or what we desired, no matter what we lost or how much pain we suffered, we must not shut this door. Holy. Perfect darkness embraces us once more. I can see nothing, not even the woman beside me. But I shall not let go of her hand. Because you guys drifted apart, so now holding her hand is, yeah, very important. The connection, you can't sever it. I do not want her to slip away from me, yeah. I do not want to lose her. Only pure white. Flashbang. Oh, I saw what seemed to be a classroom or a chapel or workshop with some desks. Wait. Stay with me. Are you all right? Hmm. Looks like, I don't know. No idea. Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Maybe this is Michelle, but maybe I'm thinking maybe it could be the person who's watching over Michelle. How's your head? Can you see me? What? You had me scared silly there. I thought I might have lost you for good. I'm really glad you're alive. Where am I? And who is this man? What was I doing? Did she? I mean, this could just be confusion after waking up, but what if she actually managed to lock away her memories fully there and now she's getting a quote-unquote fresh start? You feeling up for any food? Or, yeah. This feels like, it would not be Michelle, but, maybe the other guy or someone random. I don't know. I'll keep Michelle voice for now. I can whip up some porridge for you right quick. I was in the forest. It was raining. Before that, I was at the mansion. I feel sick. Like there's still something in my stomach. No, thank you. I don't want anything. Yeah, I'm getting into feeling that this is not Michelle, so I'm just gonna use some other voice. You really should have something. You need to keep up your energy. Unless you want to conk out again in an hour. Sounds good to me. I'd rather never wake up at all. You're not in the highest of spirits either, it seems. All the more reason to get something warm in you. Please, have something. I've got some milk on the fire. Milk on the fire, holy. I bet you can handle a cup of that. You start losing all hope once the cold gets that deep in you. Reaches down to your core. Take me at my word, please. Just one sip. You'll feel like a whole new gal. A heart-wrenchingly pleasant aroma wafted up with the steam from within the wooden cup. Succumbing to the sweet smell, I lifted the cup to my lips for just one sip. And the warmth that spread through me brought tears to my eyes. Perhaps there really was kindness in the world. Yeah, this seems all very good. Like, this random person seems like actually a messiah in your eyes, I would assume. Let's hope it stays like that. A ripple spread across the surface of the milk. I heard a gentle sigh come from the man beside me. After which he said with a smile, "You should take it easy for the day." I had lost the willpower to think about anything. I didn't care what happened to me or why I was here, who he was, or even where this was. I spent the whole day in bed, just watching the sun slowly slide across the wooden floor. It felt like I was somewhere far, far away. At times, I felt like a lost child, and at times, like a sickly old woman on her deathbed. Watching the sun travel gave me renewed awareness of the passage of time, and the fact that each moment that went by was another moment I was alive. I realized then that it had been a while since I had gotten more than a brief glimpse at any sunlight. Yeah. Also, yeah, good point. The lack of sunlight definitely will affect your mood. It's just the way we work, you know? So like, that will definitely feed into the negative emotions and the tragedies that can occur in the mansion. It almost surprised me how colorful the world seemed beneath the sun's light. Something I didn't get much of in the Dark Mansion. Only after losing something do you realize how much you need it. Yeah. Warm milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost, and I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own 2 feet. Thank you for everything. Are you sure you're in any shape to be on your feet? Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. You looked pretty beat up to me. But you look a lot better now. And you're talking a lot more clearly than before. You've been very generous, despite having never met me before. And for that, you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help, I would no longer be in this world. I don't deserve your thanks. You are alive now because God's guidance made it so. God. I came across you early this morning as I was heading into the forest to hunt. Imagine my surprise seeing a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What were you doing in the forest? You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems. You're not going to demand I talk? I have no reason to force you to do anything. You looked like you'd been to hell and back. What? I could tell just looking at you. And now then, do you have somewhere you can go? Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. I can't go back to the capital or the mansion. If not, then why don't you stay here? Here? Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help out each other out. No tax-hungry lords, no, we built the place up either, so we keep everything we make. We're pretty remote as a result, and the harvest isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. Yeah, harvest isn't fantastic yet, that's a nudge towards that. This is probably, most likely, most definitely the same village that she was, quote-unquote, running from at the beginning of door 4. Okay. The rest of the villagers will be glad to have you. What do you say? Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult. But I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you. If it's really okay, then yes, I would like to stay here. That's great to hear. I was loath to send you back out there in your current condition. Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name's... Okay, game. Someone needs to help me with this name. The name's Amede. How would you say that in French? I don't know. Amade? Is my just regular first gut. Is there like a... Do I need to accentuate the D? Amadou? I don't know. I'm just gonna call him Amade. Amade. How? Amade. Sure, let's go with that and someone can correct me. Amade. Just one lowly villager of many. I'm Giselle. Giselle, that's a beautiful name. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house. Who has the spare time to build houses, or did that person die and no one claimed it, or maybe they left? I clean it up and you can call it home. I couldn't possibly ask for that. I doubt others would like it if I just took a house for myself. That shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village's representative, more or less. One of the lowly villagers, and you're the representative? Sure, dude. Representative? Like the chief? Only in name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's map, so I don't have much representing to do. The only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understudied with a priest. Door one, Mel, hello. But this is before that, so, you know. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teachings. So, rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. It wouldn't be much fun if the church found out about that. They're liable to think I'm acting unordained. Then you believe in God? That's quite the question. Also, yeah, running away from the cursed mansion with the witch. Although there is a picture of like holy symbol in the mansion, it was mostly very much like unholy, and there was a lot of talk about hell and, you know, that kind of stuff. So of course we would end up from the darkness to the light and literally to the hands of a priest who talks about the Bible and heaven. Yeah. Literally being saved. But I do know, well, I don't know, obviously, anything. I haven't played or been spoiled by anything, but like, I just have this, well, we all know that the game likes tragedies, so there's that. But whenever there's like a remote small village, I've seen many stories, and usually there are dark secrets within small remote villages. Like, there's a reason why they are not socializing with others. Sure, it might not be the case with this one, but usually that's been the case in my experience. And more often than not, it's for some rather unsavory reasons. Like, well, in you know, best case scenarios, it's just human sacrifices, but, you know, more often than not, it's something like cannibals or even worse stuff, you know? So, we'll see. That's quite the question. Of course, God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because He protected you. I understand that your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulation, but those are the times when it's most important you keep sight of who you are. Right. And now you get some rest. Tomorrow I'll show you around the village. Thank you. I truly mean it. I really, sincerely appreciate everything. Don't mention it, Giselle. This is your village now, too. So you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. Okay. Also, the theory about Amity. One idea, I guess, that would maybe support the cannibal idea. I mean, it's just a wild guess thrown out there, so most likely it's not true. But even like, it could be, you know, and like, there is a vacant house, so you know, someone had built that house, and now there's no one living in it. What happened to the people living in that house? They maybe moved away. Or maybe they were eaten. You know, it is what it is. So, he's Amity. He seems like a nice man. Maybe here I can live in peace. It'll be all right, I'm sure. Yeah. I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect, but I had found a tiny fragment of my lost hope. While I had once been ready to give up on absolutely everything, I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again, eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Cast your past aside when you go work at the Bollinger estate. Then, horrible things happen there. You cast your past aside once more. Lock your memories away when you go to the cursed mansion. And now, once again. Yeah. Cast your past aside. And then in the present, you have seemingly also cast it aside because you have locked all your memories away of being Giselle. And you pretended to be Morgana. Yeah. Forget everything that had happened at the Bollinger estate. And everything that had happened at that mansion. Forget about Michelle. There was one niggling curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michelle, who made a pact with the devil, who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. Also, I don't think I commented on this line specifically, but that's kind of what happened to Giselle at the end of Door 4. Supposedly died, but is very much alive. What had he meant by that? Why would people think he was dead? No, I don't care about Michelle one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. Yeah. Switching to Michelle POV. Yeah. I feel like this is a good place to end it. I know it's a bit shorter than the usual video, but you know, that's such a perfect place to end, you know, getting the whole backstory and her maybe hopeful new life start before switching to Michelle POV here. Oh boy, what a fucking video this will be. So, I know where Antonin is going on the tier list at the end of the game. You know? I think we all know where he is going. Obviously S tier. No. I was joking. I would never. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was that was a very good depiction of raw emotional, like very grounded. It was a very grounded and realistic depiction of men forcing themselves on women. Yeah. Like if there was someone who enjoyed that kind of stuff in fiction, you know, in doujins or whatever, because it's rather common. Like seeing that there definitely will sour everyone's tastes. Maybe not everyone. There are, you know, people can be crazy, but you know, yeah, that definitely leaves a certain taste in your mouth. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm definitely starting to understand why Giselle is the way she is in the present. I mean, there's still mysteries and unsolved questions. And how do we exactly end up there in the present time? But yeah, we got a good glimpse into her mentality and why she became like that, so. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll just let that sit for a good week or something with me. Oh my god. Next time, I guess we'll see Michelle's side of the story after Giselle ran out. You know? Oh boy. I am still kinda curious to know if we get any more of Liddy, uh, Michelle's mom, or if she's only a vessel for the sake of the plot here. Like, obviously we got a bit of her, and she seemed to have lost her mind. Very delirious, has been withering away, either due to Michelle's curse or something else. Yeah, I don't feel the need to have her explored more because there was no real open doors left for her. But if we get more backstory on her and if she becomes even more prevalent, I guess there is the fact that Michelle has a burning passion of hatred for her. There is that, so yeah. I think there will be more of her in the future when we get to explore. If we get to explore Michelle's reason for hating his mom. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, let's save it. Let's save it and end it here. Cool. Yeah, okay. Patreon early access, up to 2 weeks. Link down in the description. Cool. See ya.